this totally wasn't planned. I didn't have a business idea in mind. I didn't run ads. I don't even have a website. I don't even have a coaching program in the first place. And it just happened because a friend reached out to me and asked me how I do what I do in terms of my options trading, my investments, and I came up with a 3 days coaching program, and then I was in business. So in 21 days, I made about $12,164. And most importantly, I want to show you the lessons I have learned during this journey. It might also help you to turn your skill set into a side business. And I am not sharing this to brag, but I just want to show you there's a possibility of converting your skill set or experience into a business, and you might be just one conversation away. So let's dive right into it. So let's talk about how it started. I was sharing my stories and posts on Instagram, sharing on my travels and my recent trip to New Zealand. And there was this post that I did, which was I was just looking at my trading account, looking through the trades that I did and the profit for that week. And I found out that my profit for the week actually paid for my whole holiday. I thought it was interesting, and hence I shared the results on my Instagram. And that video led to one of my friends reaching out to me and asked me if she can be my client. So initially I was pretty confused because I was thinking, what does she mean that she wants to be my client? Is it that she wants me to do financial planning for her, which is my main job? Or is it that she actually wanted to learn how I deal with my own investments and trade options so that I can have my investment portfolio paid for my holiday? So I asked her that question, and her reply was she wanted to learn how can I have an investment portfolio that fund for my lifestyle. And at that point of time, I do not have any coaching program, nor do I actually wanted to start any of it. And since it was the first time somebody just came up to me and asked me how I did it, I was thinking it was quite an interesting experience. So I go ahead and decided to say yes to this opportunity, and I decided to create a coaching program for her. But the interesting part was there's nothing fancy. So what I did was I went to brainstorm on the things that I can teach her. I put everything into a Google document to show that what I can share with her, and that is in a way my website or my sales page. So it is really the bare minimum. And I went to send this Google document to her to ask her to see whether is this program suitable for her. And after reading it through, she says that yes, she's okay to onboard. Subsequent, I did some onboarding by using Google Form to ask some questions to understand how can I help her and what are some of the struggles that she might be facing. And the third step is more of trying to put all my knowledge together into PowerPoints so that everything makes sense and it will be helpful to a beginner like her. So I spent many hours doing up all the PowerPoint slides, trying to think how to make sense of everything. And I think that is also one of my superpower, being able to teach and able to garner complex information to make it simpler for beginners to understand. Because in my day job, I do coaching too, coaching my fellow advisors. So this skill also came in handy. And the last part was using my Zoom account to set up 3 Zoom sessions with her to walk through the coaching program and guide her step by step on how to execute the trades, how to read the charts, how to enter and risk management, etc. And while I'm doing the coaching, I shared the results and feedback along the way. I managed to garner her testimonial, share my own results, the student results. And in the end, what happened is that I noticed more and more people reach out to me to ask about the coaching program. And in the end, I just suddenly got a coaching side business going on. So it was a very interesting experience, and here are my lessons that I want to share with you. So the first lesson I pick up is that everyone has skill set or experience that some other people might want to learn from you, but just that you might not know that this is something that is valuable to them. So in my scenario, I have never thought that I am a guru or a super expert. I'm just trying to figure out things on my own and geek out on the things I'm really interested in, which just nice, it was investing and trading options. And I've spent quite a fair bit of time on this topic. And it turns out that if I have never shared all these wins and results and my journey on my socials, nobody would have known what have happened and they will not be able to benefit from all my knowledge. So it might be beneficial for you to share your journey along the way and share on things that interest you. And you might also garner people who have the same interest as you and who might want to learn from you too. So the first lesson, share your journey. And let's talk about the second lesson. I believe that most people would not dare to coach people or share their expertise or experience because they might think that they are not good enough. And in fact, to be very transparent, I do feel the same too. because I don't think that I am some guru who have all the answers, and I definitely don't have all the answers. And sometimes I also question myself, what makes me qualified to be teaching others? But when I reflect back and think of how many hours I have spent on these topics, trying to find the answers for myself, and in the end solving some of the mysteries and questions and confusion along the way, and I managed to get pretty good results for myself. So I think the fundamental criteria is, as long you are able to get results for yourself, what you are sharing with the public or your friends and family will be something that is valuable because it is already proven to work. So it is okay to not be an expert. It is not okay to sell something that you have not achieved results from. But it is definitely okay if you have achieved a certain results from your experiences and skill set and you want to share it with others. That itself is good enough for you to start a coaching business. So the second lesson here is more of, you might not be the expert, but it is totally okay. But you just have to ensure that you have the solution to the problems that the students want to solve. That would be great. So let's go to the next lesson I pick up. You don't have to have fanciful websites, a huge team to start a business, because what I did was what they call a minimum viable product, which everything was quite well done yet scrappily done. So I do not have a sales page. I use a Google document. I do not have any onboarding form. I actually just use a Google form. I use a Zoom to deliver my content. I also actually use PowerPoint slides to document all the curriculum so that I can share with the coachee. And I believe that all these tools are within everyone's reach. We are not in the era that things like these are hard to get. It is more of whether are you comfortable to put things out to share with others. So this third lesson is more of, you don't need fanciful tools, you just need to be able to solve people's problem and you already have a business. So what I took away from this experience was, you don't have to start ready. You can start messy and just do with whatever you have. Most importantly, if you have your own problem, try to solve your own problem. And this generally leads you to have some results which you can share with others. And while sharing your results with others and also your journey on the socials, you tend to find like-minded people with you along the way. And even if you think that what you are doing might not be of value, which is the same for me. I did not thought that anyone would have reached out to me to ask me to teach them on this, to learn about investment and trading options, how I design my lifestyle, etc. I actually do all this for myself, and just through the sharing of this journey, someone out there see this as valuable before even I see it myself. And I hope that someone actually told me sooner so that I can also do this earlier and also help others along the way. And the last thing I want to share with you is, most business don't really start with a business plan. They start off with someone asking for help or by you trying to solve your own problem. I hope that this is something that you need to hear at this moment, and I appreciate you spending the time with me on this video. And lastly, I do share my insights on a newsletter, Come Pursuit. If you would like to join into the newsletter, you can find the link in the description below. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you in the next video soon.